I'm Gavin. I'm 27 and I am from Clondalkin. I studied IT and office skills. I finished secondary school in 2009, which was, I suppose, a lot of people consider to be the height of the recession. Where I wanted to employ someone fresh out of school because it was a case of can't employ you without experience, can't get experience without being employed. I would say, in all honesty, I probably put out about over 300 CVs, and not only didn't get any jobs out of it, didn't even get messages back to say why not. Putting out that many CVs and hearing nothing back kind of breaks you down a bit. So I did end up actually falling into a case of I didn't really go outside a lot. I fell into a bit of a depression and then social anxiety disorder. I was dealing with that before I came here. It was actually through the Clondalkin Mental Health Service that they recommended me to Aegon, who was the Fresh Start. Being in his course was more to get me used to people because I used to actually have a really bad stutter, which was part of the anxiety. So I was with him for about 6 months. Then I moved into Eamon's class, which is the IT and office skills, and yeah, pretty much gone on from there. The stutter came on mostly because when it was a case of things that really did ramp up my anxiety, which was talking to new people. It took me a while to get used to people. So what I actually did was I created flashcards that I just explain that give me a couple of days. It takes me a while before I can talk properly. A lot of people were very they were they understood. They were just yeah, that's fine. So the NLN actually really helped with making that easier because Aegon, before I even started with him, he took me aside and asked me did I want him to actually explain it to the class, which I did, but there was 1 or 2 people that missed the class, so that's why I kept the flashcards with me. I definitely didn't have the skills for talking on the phone, for at a receptionist or anything like that, so I did find that all of that was very, very useful. And getting in and actually sitting down and learning, it took me a while to get back into the swing of that, but they don't put a huge rush on you. It's very work at your own pace. You do obviously have your set time, maybe you have a year, maybe you have a year and a half, but if they let you work at your own pace. They were great because they would always have a time available for you to stop in and talk to them. If you'd come to me the first day that I'd arrived on NLN and asked me to do this, I'd be sitting here I wouldn't be able to really talk. I'd be every stutter would take me maybe six stops before I'd get the word out, which led to me being frustrated with myself, which actually led to me getting angry with myself. And I think only Aegon actually ended up having to see it. I got really frustrated with myself when I couldn't talk and I kept punching my leg. So it was more so because I was hoping that the pain would trigger the break, which would get me to talk properly. It did in some cases, but it obviously wasn't a great coping mechanism. But yeah, the NLN has definitely helped a lot with that. With the few years that I was here, Eamon himself has said that from day one to where I am now, I'm an unrecognizable person. During that time, I was, as I said, I wasn't really leaving the house at all. Spent most of my time just in my own room, in the darkness, playing games. So having the instructors ready to kind of be there and be helpful when you need it, you don't realize how helpful it actually is until you're in that point of needing it so badly. But yes, I would definitely say the NLN, as a jumping off point, is definitely a way to go. I have plans to actually do night courses in psychology myself, because when I went through all those issues, I kind of realized the things that I could kind of pick out when I seen other people what they the little things that I did, the fidgeting, which was an anxiety thing, and then people not talking or feeling excluded. You can kind of pick those things out once you've kind of experienced it yourself. So I'm considering doing the night courses and that.